3月12日午前5時、日本中が注目したロサンゼルス、ドジャース対クリーブランドガーディアンズの一戦が、米国アリゾナ州キャメルバック、ランチで行われた。この日の主役は、メジャー初登板を迎えた怪物投手、佐々木朗希だ。初回から衝撃だった。佐々木が投じた第1球は163キロを記録し、スタジアムはどよめきと歓声に包まれた。その後も直球と魔球スプリットを駆使し、3回を無失点、奪三振6という圧巻の投球内容を見せつけた。米国解説者グレッグ・アムシンガー氏は、こんなスプリットは大谷翔平以来だ。いや、それ以上の破壊力だ。と興奮を隠せなかった。この日最速165キロのストレートをマークした佐々木は、大谷翔平が2018年に記録したメジャー初登板最速記録161キロを塗り替え、MLB 史上に名を刻んだ。この若者は間違いなく歴史を変える。球場に詰めかけた日米のファンも、誰もが息を飲む圧倒的な才能に熱狂した。ドジャースにとって、佐々木の存在はまさに救世主。今後の活躍次第でワールドシリーズ制覇も夢ではない。果たして佐々木の伝説はどこまで続くのか。この後、日本語字幕付きハイライトをお楽しみに。
The team heads to Tokyo tomorrow. Roki Sasaki will make his first Cactus League start. He was impressive in his first outing.
Well, tomorrow's going to be a long flight and some naps. No naps today. And with Sasaki, first of all, we saw him coming out of the bullpen, tickling 100 miles an hour. But it's the split finger fastball is what he calls it. The metrics might show it's a forkball. Whatever it is, Tim, the bottom literally falls out of it.
And sometimes it goes side to side. In that game against the Reds, 3 innings, no runs, 2 hits, a walk, and 5 pretty impressive strikeouts. So Sasaki will start today for the Dodgers. Less than 24 hours before the plane leaves for Tokyo. Kirsten, what's the plan the rest of the way here in Arizona?
Yeah, Tim, I'll start with Roki Sasaki. The plan for him today is to hopefully get through 4 innings. For the position players, for them, likely just 2 at-bats, so it will be a quicker outing for them. But everyone feels really good. The position players have felt like they've gotten that 50 at-bats during this time in Arizona. For some of the pitchers, whether it's Tyler Glasnow or Blake Snell, they feel like with an outing in the exhibition games in Tokyo and then that freeway series, they'll be ready for that opening day come in Los Angeles. But everyone feels really good to be getting on that plane and also very excited to be heading to Tokyo.
Getting closer and closer to games that count. But we've got one for you here in Arizona. The final one of Cactus League play. Guardians and Dodgers coming up. World Champion Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Roki Sasaki ready to go. He was the first one out on the hill. The umpires were still around home plate, and Roki went out and said, time to warm up. And he'll be facing Daniel Schneemann first, shortstop. Tyler Freeman, the right fielder, will bat second. Kyle Manzardo, third. Gabriel Arias, and then Will Brennan. Austin Hedges behind the plate, hitting sixth. Angel Martinez in center field. Jonathan Rodriguez and Milan Tolentino, the third baseman, will round out the Guardians lineup. And Sasaki last year with Chiba Latte, 18 games, 10-5. 129 strikeouts over 111 innings pitched. He was just sensational last year in Japan and hoping to be as good here in the United States in his first year. Sasaki makes his first start. Last time out, as we showed you just a few minutes ago, he came in backing up Yoshinobu Yamamoto in a night game against Cincinnati that was here.
And home plate umpire, knowing that Sasaki was trying to start this thing early, just kind of holding it up to the official start time. We get a good look also. Sasaki loads what he calls a split finger fastball, referred to as a look. If you look at the split, it really looks more like a forkball than the split finger fastball.
His first pitch came at 105, and it's fouled off by Schneemann. 77 beautiful degrees here today in Glendale, Arizona. Schneemann, 4 out of 17, hitting .235, couple of home runs for the Guardians. Let's get a great look at the kind of day we're dealing with here. It's beautiful. 0-1 pitch outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sasaki, 23 years of age. And in Japan as a pro, just 69 starts. That's a low number. There's a ground ball to first, backhanded by Freddie Freeman over there to play to Sasaki. And there's one gone.
Well, we saw this also, Sasaki, when he came out of the bullpen earlier in the other ball game, is that he was sprinting off that mound. He was there in plenty of time. Well, you mentioned 77 degrees, very comfortable. That's a lot warmer than it is in Cleveland at the present time. 47. That's the high.
47 and cloudy probably. Now Tyler Freeman looking out at Sasaki. Freeman, center fielder, hitting .421. 8 for 19. Guardians 7 and 9 here in spring training. They still have weeks worth of games to go, as do most of the teams with the exception of the Cubs and Dodgers. The Cubs are actually leaving for Tokyo tonight. They are flying today, while the Dodgers will leave tomorrow. Here's the 2-1. It's in the air to shallow center, coming on Pages. 2 down.
And by the way, that was not the Cubs airplane that just flew over.
No, but it was just funny timing. What was that aircraft?
Single engine. We never saw it, just heard it, and saw the shadow come across the field.
Yeah, the airfield here for Glendale is right next door. Kyle Manzardo, 10 hits this spring, getting 400. That one snapped in a little bit high and outside, ball 1.
Sasaki with the everything is in sync as far as his delivery. Very smooth. As we noticed that the last time that we saw him, the fastball seemed to sneak up on hitters.
Well, he registered 99. 99.2, I think, might have been his highest in his first spring outing. And he expects, and the Dodgers expect, that he'll be up around the triple digits pretty soon. The temperature warms up some and he gets loose. He has thrown as high as 102 almost on a regular basis in Japan in the past. And then, of course, you get that triple digit fastball with that ferocious splitter off of that. Makes it very, very tough on the opposition hitters. 2-1. Ground ball to second. Tommy Edman gobbles it up, flips on to first, and it's a 1-2-3. Top of the first inning, just 10 pitches for Roki Sasaki. Six runs on 3 hits for the Dodgers. They bat around in the first. We go to the second. Sasaki to face Gabriel Arias, second baseman. He swings the first pitch, fouls it off. Strike 1. The Dodgers taking advantage of the walks. 4 consecutive walks, 6 walks total in the inning by Guardians pitching. One ball, 1 strike to Arias. Sasaki kicks in, fires. Check swing, looper into right. That's an excuse me base hit if there ever was one. Didn't mean to do it, but he'll take it. And that's the first hit for Cleveland.
It's not fishing, and you don't have to throw the little ones back.
Sasaki out of the stretch. Muncy into the grass off the line at third. Middle infield playing for 2 for Will Brennan. Left-handed batter fouls it off.
You got a shot a moment ago of Stephen Vogt, the manager of the Cleveland Ball Club, who was selected as the American League Manager of the Year in his first year at the helm after taking over for Terry Francona. Cleveland with 92 victories a season ago.
What does he do for an encore?
Well, you know, the quest continues really in Cleveland. It's been almost 77 years since the boy wonder Lou Boudreau gave the team that previously known as the Indians a World Series title.
Appeal down to third. That's a strike on Brennan.
But if you look at this ball club, I mean, they made some moves. They've got some good young players. So it's a good bet they will return to postseason for the 8th time in 13 years.
Ball and 2 strikes as Sasaki faces Will Brennan. Pumps a 2-seamer inside. 97.
And for Cleveland, their postseason record has not been very good. They've gone 10-20 since they held that 3-1 game lead over the Cubs in the 2016 World Series.
Gets him to chase the breaking ball down and away and strikes him out. So strikeout number 1 for Sasaki, and there's 1 away for Cleveland. Brennan, the right fielder, goes down on strikes. Austin Hedges, veteran catcher. His 2nd tour of duty with Cleveland. Hits this one high in the air to right. And waiting for it to come down is Teoscar Hernandez. He makes the catch, 2 away.
Sasaki, one thing about it, he challenges hitters to have to swing the bat. He attacks the strike zone.
Two away, and Angel Martinez, the left fielder, left-handed batter, up. Runner at first. And a ground ball right to second base. Chest high hop for Edman. Throws to first for the out. No runs a hit, 1 man left. And at the end of an inning and a half at Camelback Ranch, it's the Dodgers 6, Cleveland nothing.
If he has a business card, it may be on an 8x10. Because his title itself is going to occupy a lot of space. He is the Major League Field Coordinator, the Director of Defense, the Director of Strategy, and the Director of Base Running. And I would imagine the observer of heels on the outfield grass.
Sounds like he's good at giving directions. 2-1 to Schneemann. Get those heels on dirt. You remember it was right after Gabe Kapler was let go by the Giants, and he was the bench coach, so he took over for like the final 2 games. And Miguel Rojas' heels were touching the grass. They had to go check it out, and they found out that it was right. It was the only time, maybe the entire season, anywhere where that was put into question. And the Dodgers were penalized as the play was allowed to stand, even though he threw the man out. But that rule has changed this year, by the way. It's going to be more punitive if you are defensively, if you're caught with your heels on the grass or on the wrong side of the base. Anybody who's on base is going to move up an extra station now. And the batter, regardless of the play, will be at first base. But a manager can they can decline it, like you can decline a penalty in football if the result of the play is better than what would have happened.
Same way with a balk. So in other words, let's say there's a runner at first and there's a balk called, but the pitch is still made, and the hitter, say, lines out. We have a chance to regroup. What if he hits a home run when a balk is called? You can take the home run.
Yeah, you want the home run.
You have the choice.
So that's one of the newer adjustments to that rule, by the way, this year. That it's more punitive than it had been. 1-1 delivery from Sasaki. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Well, the rules in baseball have always been changing, moving. You know, keep in mind it used to be, I mean, go way back in baseball history. It took 8 pitches out of the strike zone in order to get a walk. And maybe Cleveland wishes that had been the rule today.
I think you're right. There's strike 3 called on a slider. So he's really been showing the slider today. Sasaki with his 2nd strikeout of the game. And after 2.5, it's the Dodgers 8, Cleveland nothing. Sasaki on the hill facing the first baseman Manzardo, left-handed batter. It's outside, ball one. So Michael Chavis is the new third baseman. We've seen him play some first and some second already this spring. And a 1-0. And that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. We've seen 3 efficient innings, just 1 walk and 1 base hit. And the base hit off of Sasaki in the second inning was a mistake. It was a check swing that ended up staying in play in fair territory in right field. 3 balls and no strikes to Manzardo. And Sasaki deals a strike. Now, as far as efficiency goes, they're looking to get a 4 innings, 60 pitches today, and Sasaki's only at 37. 3-1, and he walked a man. So Manzardo will take the leadoff walk down to first base. See Sasaki, how he puts that ball deep in his hand and that split finger grip.
I still think it's more of a forkball than a splitter. You can call it anything that you want.
A line drive to right, and there's Eddie Rosario off the bench into the game, and he snares it for the out off the bat of Arias. 1 away. One down and 1 on for the right fielder, Will Brennan. Dodgers 6 runs in the first. They batted around 2 in the second, 1 in the third. And the pitch to Brennan. Tried the slider. It didn't come all the way back. Stayed outside. Ball 1. Son Kim is now at second base, and there's a ground ball to David Bodie, the new first baseman. Steps on the bag, throws to second. The runner wasn't running. Chris Taylor tags him for a double play.
Heads up defense and not so much on the base running.
All right, Manzardo just gave up on it right there. 9-0 heading to the bottom of the fourth.
ついにこの日がやってきた。海を越えメジャーリーグの舞台へと踏み出した令和の怪物佐々木朗希が夢の扉を開いた。日本球界を震撼させたあの驚異の右腕は米国の名門ロサンゼルスドジャースの一員となり新たな伝説を刻み始めている。ドジャースが拠点を置くアリゾナ州グレンデール、暖かな日差しが差し込む球場で行われた春季キャンプ最後の試合。相手はクリーブランドガーディアンズ。翌日には東京へ向けて飛び立つというこの大切な一戦で先発のマウンドに上がったのが我らが日本野球界の誇り佐々木朗希だった。佐々木にとってこれはメジャーリーグのチームで初めてとなる先発登板。世界が注目する中その堂々たる投球はまさに圧巻の一言であった。初回マウンドに足を踏み入れた佐々木は緊張どころかむしろ高揚感に包まれていたかのようだ。まだ試合開始の準備が整っていない中でもいち早くマウンドに駆け上がりその表情にはまさに闘志がみなぎっていた。迎えた1番打者シュニーマンへの初球、振り抜かれたバットは無情にも空を切る。球速はなんと時速169キロ。球場はどよめきに包まれ観客は信じられないものを目撃したかのように目を丸くした。佐々木の代名詞ともいえる強し速球が海を越えいよいよメジャーの世界にも衝撃を与えた瞬間だった。佐々木の投げ込む球種はただ速いだけではない。その右腕から繰り出される魔球と呼ばれるフォークボールは尋常ならざる軌道を描く。通常のフォークボールとは明らかに一線を画し落ちるだけでなく時には横へと変化するという。専門家たちは口を揃えてこう語る。あの魔球を打ち返すことは不可能に近い。その理由は明白である。打者が球の軌道を捉えたと思った瞬間まるで球が意志を持つかのように突然視界から消えてしまうのだ。佐々木の前回登板はリリーフとしての出場だったがその時ですら圧巻だった。シンシナティレッズを相手に3回を投げ無失点5奪三振という完璧な投球を披露している。今回先発として挑んだ試合でもその勢いは止まらなかった。初回先頭打者シュニーマンを難なく内野ゴロに打ち取ると続くフリーマンには平凡なセンターフライ。 3番マンザードにはセカンドゴロと、打者3人をわずか10球で完全に抑え込んでしまった。その内容はまさに完璧の一言であり、メジャーリーグでもその実力をいきなり証明したのだ。米国メディアも佐々木の圧倒的なパフォーマンスに驚愕した。速球がバッターを圧倒するだけではない。佐々木の最大の武器は、あの魔球だ。まるで底が抜けるかのように急激に落ちるその球は、世界中のどんな打者もまともに捉えることは難しいだろう。と絶賛している。昨年まで千葉ロッテマリーンズに所属した佐々木は、日本のプロ野球界でも圧倒的な成績を残している。2024年のシーズンだけで111イニングを投げ、129個の三振を奪い去った。日本プロ野球界を支配したその才能は、メジャーリーグでもすぐに通用すると証明されつつあるのだ。23歳という若さで、すでに世界の舞台において誰も到達できない領域を見せつけている佐々木朗希。その可能性は無限大であり、専門家たちは、彼こそがメジャーリーグ史上最高の投手になる可能性がある。とまで予言している。米国ではすでに佐々木を、かつてメジャーリーグに衝撃を与えた伝説的投手たち、ノーラン、ライアン、ランディ、ジョンソン、そして大谷翔平に並ぶ存在として期待している。ランディ、ジョンソン、そして大谷翔平に並ぶ存在として期待している。メジャーリーグの関係者が佐々木を指して、この男が本気を出せば、どれだけの記録を打ち立てることができるか計り知れない、と語るほど、その評価は極めて高い。ドジャースの選手やスタッフもまた、その可能性に胸を躍らせている。試合後、関係者は、朗希はすでにチームにとって大きな存在だ。このまま順調に成長すれば、数年後にはヤング賞を何度でも獲得できるだろう。と興奮気味に語っている。これほどまでに米国中が佐々木に熱狂している理由はただ一つ。彼がこれまで誰も目にしたことのない才能を持っているからだ。佐々木朗希が放つ一球一球が、メジャーリーグの歴史を塗り替えていく。その瞬間を目撃することができる我々は、まさに歴史の証人となるだろう。佐々木の登場によって、メジャーリーグは新たな時代へと突入した。彼がメジャーリーグで描き出す伝説は、すでに始まっている。かつての野茂英雄、イチロー、大谷翔平らに続き、佐々木朗希が新たな野球史の主役となる日も近い。さあ、日本の野球ファンの皆様、我々は今、生きる伝説、佐々木朗希の神話が始まる瞬間に立ち会っているのだ。この鮮度のような偉業が待ち受けているのか、その一瞬一瞬を絶対に見逃してはならない。次の試合も、その次の試合も、すべてが伝説の1ページとなる。佐々木朗希の活躍から目を離さず、共に歴史を見届けようではないか。